above, because that's sitting on top of, that would be sitting on top of the fireplace ink layer. It's overlapping some of those lines, so we'll do that. And I need to do something else too. I think what we need to do is a second fireplace ink layer. Just for one of the special effects I know I'm going to do. I know I'm going to need to do this now. And guys, this is stuff that takes, this is the practice that I'm talking about. This is the years of doing this work. I know what I'm going to be doing. I know what my technique is, and I know the special effect I'm doing. So you're probably like, how do you know he's going to do that? When we get into ink and color, or when we get into the color part, you're going to be like, wow, I would have not thought to do that. And you know, guys, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I probably wouldn't have thought to do it either, and I probably would have backtracked way too many times. Oh, and for the fire, the flame, I'm going to go ahead and do this as another layer here. And what we're going to do is the flame and the smoke on the mug here, the coffee mug, those are just filler there, because when I go to do the color, I'm going to be turning off the pencil layer, and if I didn't ink that, I wouldn't know where I'm laying down the color. So the smoke, the heat, the smoke coming off the coffee, I'm going to outline with a kind of a darker shade of gray than what I'm going to use to fill. And then for the flame, the same thing for the fire. So that's why I created another layer for that, so that way I know where I'm going to be putting that stuff at. So anyway, onto a wood ink layer, and I always start with anything that's up front, overlapping anything else. Oops. Guys, if you missed part of my part of the show, I will be they will be archived on Twitch here, so you could always check back later and kind of skip through it. I know it gets kind of dry sometimes. We're working on the content. We're trying to make it as entertaining as possible. It's hard to make it entertaining when you're watching somebody draw. I'm working on ways of, you know, doing some audio or music, I should say. And I can't just jump on Pandora. I can't just play music in the background, because, you know, I'd have to get permission from the artist, and it's pretty much got to be what they call public domain, meaning it's open use for anybody. So we're working on that. But anyway, you can always check back in the archives. We'll have these videos archived. I don't know how far back they archive. I think Twitch might eventually delete some of these archives. So every weekend I will take the time to export the videos from Twitch and upload them to our YouTube channel. There should be a link in our YouTube channel to our YouTube channel in the Twitch here. If not, the YouTube channel, just search for Custom Comic Strips on YouTube. We're the only one custom with that name, and you know, just check out the videos there if Twitch eventually erases some of the archive stuff. But yeah, definitely check back. I know, like, there's stuff I talked about for clients, any clients watching, or for any artist. There's a lot of stuff I talked about earlier. I try not to repeat a lot of stuff, but sometimes I have to, for all the new viewers out there. I'm open to suggestions. I'm open to questions. Please ask any question. I know I probably said that numerous times already, but I feel like I'm talking to myself, and it's kind of hard to keep you guys entertained if I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway. I need a chat buddy. Anybody out there want to be a chat buddy? Ask me questions, come and chat. Please. Pretty please. Pretty please with the cherry on top. Yeah. Anyway, I'm being goofy. Sorry guys, I'm being a nut. I can only imagine what I would be like a month on a deserted island by myself. I'm such a goober now, I can only imagine. I'd be like Tom Hanks on Castaway, where he makes that volleyball his friend. Wilson! Any suggestions would be great. Any questions would be great. Anything you guys would like to see, let me know. I'd love to show you guys. Alright. Anybody that tried to watch our channel last night, I do apologize for not being on last night. I had some internet issues. The file server was locking us out. And had to update the firmware on my router, and then when I did that, it really, man, I tell you, it really threw a wrench into things, and I had to go in and basically take the old router settings and go through. It was a mess. It was a pure headache. Come to find out, I've got to back everything up off our file server, and going to back everything off our file server and install a new Linux operating system called CentOS. Apparently it works better than the OpenSUSE or whatever Linux we have running right now on it. But yeah, man, it was not fun. I really didn't enjoy the trying to figure out what was going on. At first we thought maybe it was a switch. I knew it wasn't the router. It's a brand new router. But at first we thought it was a switch. Then Chappie had suggested that maybe it's a. Sorry if you hear the dogs. They bark at everything up there. Anyway, Chappie had suggested maybe checking one of the cables. I guess cables tend to go bad. I've never had a cable go bad, but Chappie has. So we checked cables. We checked everything. It wasn't the switch. It wasn't the cables. It ended up just being the file server. Something really weird and funky was going on with the file server, and so the good part is we've narrowed it down and we figured out what is causing it. And the only problem is, geez, you hear those dogs going crazy up there. I wish I had a door down in this basement here. I could just shut the door. Ugh, drives me nuts. So it's just going to take me some time that I really don't have, and the backing up of files is no big deal, because I could just tell the files to back up onto my computer and I could just walk away. But it's installing the CentOS and doing some of the other stuff that's going to be tedious. So, and I'm just not looking forward to it. So. Sounds like the boys are home. My crazy boys. They were up at Papa and Noni's, hanging out with Papa and Noni. Papa and Noni. That's Grandma and Grandpa for our boys, guys. Sorry. So, anyway, yep. So, got a lot of server work to work on this week. Got a lot of client work to work on this week. I've got our ebook app to work on. We did a children's book called The House on Haunted Hollow. It's available for purchase as an ebook on Amazon, guys. Go check it out. Also, you could go to our website, houseonhauntedhollow.com. And you can order yourself a hard copy we've got hardback and softback of the book. So feel free if you want to support us in our endeavors or whatever we've done. Just take a look at the book. Every little bit helps. But yeah, we gotta create an ebook app for that. We've got some exciting things coming October 1st. We're hoping to have that book launched October 1st. So we've got some exciting things happening with the Google Play Store. I can't really get into details yet, guys, until we know the specifics. But let's just say it's some really, really good news. So, and I will fill you guys in as we go. But anyway, yeah, check out our children's book. We've got a Christmas book. It's done. It's ready to be. It's ready for the art, and I just have to find the time to work on it. But I have a feeling that book won't be ready till sometime next year. And I know anybody that's watching right now that has bought our Halloween book, The House on Haunted Hollow, and has loved it, and their kids have loved it. I know you're probably like, oh, I gotta wait till next year, and it's like, yeah, maybe, we'll see. I'm thinking you will, because the amount of stuff I have to do for this ebook app is a lot, especially with the workload that we have. So it's gonna be hard for me to juggle roughly a 64-page Christmas children's book on top of that. So you guys will be able to see what we do with that. It'll be just the art. I don't do coding. A good friend of mine does the coding, Chappie. And, he doesn't have a Twitch channel. So unfortunately, he won't be able to walk you through that. But you'll be able to see how I do the art and how I prep the files and prep the animations and do all that fun jazz for that app. And that'll be coming up here in the next couple weeks when we start on that, so stay tuned for that. Be fun and exciting work right there. Oh. And speaking of work and clients, I'm working on a children's ebook. It's going to be free, guys. Well, when it's done, you can go to the link, the very first link, 1225 Media. If you click on the image, it'll take you to the website. The book title is The Divorced Parents. I had the only picture I had to use to put a button up to link to the author's website. The author's name is Christopher Kern, by the way. Is this What If Santa Didn't Exist? It's a great book. Definitely check it out. He's got these books for sale. The Divorced Parents book is going to be a free ebook for everybody to download. He does nothing but Christmas, which is awesome. He loves the Christmas season. He loves the Christmas holiday, and he does nothing but Christmas books, guys. So definitely check it out. And that's what I'm working on right now. I'm working on the illustrations for that ebook. Here coming up, probably within the next hour to hour and a half, I will be switching over after I get the inking process done on this page to working on another client job. The title of that comic book is called Spirit Racked. In the links below, there is a link to their Kickstarter page. Guys, they're trying to raise money for printing of the book. The book the first book is on its way. There's 3 more comic books planned after that. Check it out. Support them. It's a great book, guys. It's not for kids. There's no nudity. There's no like all the curse words are bleeped out. It's more of an adult themed book A lot of the subject matter is for adults, but it's a great story. It's a great story. It's a great book. I'm not really big into horror, or I'm really not big into horror themed comic book. But when I got the script and I read it, and I wanted more. I wanted to know more about the characters and know more about the story. And I mean, it's a really good comic book, a really good story. Jason Cantrell is the author of the book, and man, I tell you, he is a great writer, a really good writer, guys. But go check it out. The links below, and we'll be getting into that art here. We'll be working on the cover tonight. It'll be just the ink. We'll be getting into the color part of this page and the comic book cover. We'll be getting into the color tomorrow night. You guys are probably wondering why I'm putting a second line here. Well, I just realized how flat I made these decorative pillars look on this by doing that extra line. It's basically showing that it's got that side wall to it. I should have done that in the refined sketch phase. Oh, and also, guys, if you love what you see, this is going to be a daily thing, and we work on client work and internal work all the time. This Twitch channel is going to be almost daily. I want to say almost because there may be a few days out of the week here and there where I won't have time to do. But please follow us. Give us your support. Say, by following us, you say you like what we're doing and you want to see more. Just follow us, check back, and anytime you're on here, if you see something, if you got a question, feel free to ask. Ask a question. There's no dumb question, guys. Just ask if you got a question. I'd be more than happy, and I'll do my best to try to answer any of your questions. If you want advice on, how to get client work or how to do this, ask. I'll let you know. I've got nothing to hide. I've got nothing to try to hide from other people. I would much rather have any other artist out there ask and say, hey, can you help me? Can you help me? Give me some advice. I'd love to, man. I'd love to give anybody advice. So just ask. And definitely hit that follow button, guys. Please hit that follow button. You're going to see some great art, not just from myself. There's a team of us. You're going to hear some great music. You're gonna see a lot of animation coming up here soon. You're gonna see a lot of custom comic book stuff, custom comic strip stuff. Guys, there's a lot of stuff coming up. Children's ebooks. We're working with a charity called Limitless Solutions. Do a little research, guys. Check them out. They're the charity that had Robert Downey Jr. Giving that kid that Iron Man prosthetic, and we're blessed and lucky enough to be able to work with these guys. We'll be doing an ebook that they're going to be giving out for their charity. So you guys will get to see that. You guys will see the process on that from start to finish. So please hit follow so that way you don't miss it. Everything will be in archive if you do miss something. And on the weekends, I'm going to try to upload to our YouTube channel. Just Google search, or not Google search, just hit the search bar in YouTube and search Custom Comic Strips, and you'll find us. We're the only channel the name Custom Comic Strips out there, guys. Anyway, when I get through this inking of this page, we'll move on to the next client piece, and then after that, we'll see what time it is. Try not to stay up too late, but sometimes it happens. So it's kind of up in the air. I know at some point I got to get some work done for that ebook app. So maybe before I hit the sack tonight, you'll see me create some of the art for that ebook app as well. Late tonight, guys. We are usually on the air for many hours. I think the past couple nights, the very first night we were on for 6 hours. Tonight probably be another 6-hour night. So if you want to take a break or whatever, feel free to check back later. I think last night we were on for, well, not last night, the night before we were on like 3 to 4 hours or something like that. So. Oh, and a question. Hopefully you guys will answer. How do I sound? Is the mic? Am I coming through okay on the mic? Do I sound good? Am I too quiet? Do I need to turn the mic settings up? Just let me know. Hopefully you guys can leave any comments. All right. Do. Fireplace. Oh, okay. Now the long, tedious part, doing each and every brick. So, how was your guys' day? Did you have a good day? Do you have a bad day? Good or bad day? I had a good day. Today was a good day. Got to hang out with my boys earlier in the day. Give them their quality time. Got a little downtime for myself. Playing on my PS Vita. I love that thing. Man, I love that Vita. Vitas are fun. I've always been a big portable gaming guy. Like I don't know, just the idea of being able to take my video games on the go is just, I don't know, man. I love it. And they have a lot of good games for the Vita now. Kinda was a slow start, bad start for the Vita, really bad, but they really stepped up their game. And I know Sony announced no more AAA. There wouldn't be any more AAA titles or big publishers creating titles for the Vita. There's a lot of independents. There's a lot of companies out there still creating some great stuff for the Vita. But anyway, I got a little Vita time in. Played some games on that and relaxed a little bit before getting into the grind and grinding it out. Wow. Twitch is having a problem with the chat channel. Oh, there it goes. Okay, it's working. Hopefully, I've got the settings right in the chat. Hopefully, you guys aren't trying to ask me any questions. And you're blocked. I hope not. I hope I have the settings right. If I see there's a lot more people watching the channel. If you guys have any questions, if you don't have a Twitch account, just sign up. It's free. If you have a question, feel free to ask. I'd love to answer any questions. Are you a fellow artist? Do you want advice on techniques or anything? Just ask. Sign in, create an account. It's free. I'd love to answer any questions you have. Okay, let's see here. Need some music. I need some music. Anybody out there, a musician, want to play some music for my channel? Let me know. I'd love to play some music. Make it a little bit more entertaining. Charles, you watching right now? Let's throw down a beat for me, man. Log in. Throw down a beat. Let's get some music going on this channel, man. Okay, let's see. Oh, you know what I haven't done in a while? My number one rule I've been breaking, my number one rule, guys. Save and save often. I can't express that enough. I probably haven't saved that file in, oh my lord, 2 hours. That's not good. That's trouble right there. This thing could have went offline. I would have lost all that work. Oh, and it's happened to me. I tell you what, I feel like grabbing the monitor, grabbing the computer and tossing it across the room. It is so irritating when you're working on a piece for hours and you just get so caught up into the piece and you forget to save, and next thing you know, you lose power. I got battery backups, but you know, you lose power and the next thing you know, you've just lost like hours worth of work. It's the most frustrating thing ever. And you almost, like, at some point, you just get in your mind like you just want to quit. Like, I'm done. I want to quit. You get so frustrated, but you know, you just jump back on, and just hammer away and just try to redo it. But number one rule: save and save often, and don't. If you save, like I just saved over that existing file. I'm not doing any major changes to this file. So I don't need to do multiple saves. When I get into the color aspect of this page, you guys will see me saving multiple variations of that file. And that's because I do a lot of experimenting with color, and I just want to make sure that I have a good backup. And anytime you experiment, and I suggest experimenting quite a bit when you're creating art, have fun, number one, and number two, experiment, because you learn more by experimenting and having fun than you do any other way. And you know, and try not to get frustrated. I know sometimes it can be frustrating when you're creating art and you know, something's not working out the way you want it to work out, or maybe an angle or a line's just not working. Instead of just getting frustrated, step away, take a deep breath, do something else for about 5-10 minutes, step back into it, and try it. If it still doesn't look good, just make the line and just forget about it. Make the line, make the angle, just do it and forget about it, because you know what? You guys, I'm going to do something here that you'll see. All these little lines that I'm creating here are not perfect. Nothing in this world is perfect, guys. And the more things that you try to make perfect in illustration, the more that it looks out of place, right? Not perfect is actually perfect, to be honest with you. So I zoom out, and we zoom all the way out here, and all those little imperfections you see are now gone. And this is what you guys will see as an ebook. You're not going to see zoomed in on those lines. So don't worry about those imperfections, guys. I know so many artists that get so caught up in trying to make sure the line is perfect, and it's got to look like this and it's got to look like that. No, it doesn't, guys. It really doesn't. Just enjoy it. Have fun. Art should be fun. And you know what? You can say that could be the same for anything in life that you do. The place of work that you work at, your environment, you know, if you're at an amusement park, anything. You guys, like, nothing's perfect. You know, I know, like, people want to make sure that things work out, and people are perfectionists, but the sooner you learn to let go and just have fun, the better life is in general. I used to be that guy that was always stressed out and always worried about this and trying to make things perfect and trying to make things, it's got to be this or it's got to be that. And, you know, I just let go one day and I just said, look, I'm not going to be that guy anymore. I don't want to stress over this. I'm on this world for hopefully another 30 or 40 more years. And those 30 or 40 years are going to pass by so fast that, you know, it's going to be a blink of an eye, and next thing you know, it's hopefully me passing on a legacy to my boys, or whatever. I don't want to talk that. That's a whole nother topic. I don't want to get in the middle of right now. But anyway, it's just life's too short, guys. Just have fun with your art. Don't stress over the little stuff. Chances are that the people that are viewing your art aren't even going to notice anything anyway. And if they do, oh well. You had fun creating it. They're always a critic. There's always people out there telling you how to do things. Don't worry about it. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Anybody out there got a question? Feel free to ask. I'd love to answer any questions. I feel like I'm on a repeat. I hope the people that have been watching for a while aren't like, oh my god, he's saying this again. I don't know what to say. I'm trying to keep it as entertaining as possible. That's why I keep asking if anybody's got any questions, and for you guys to log in and create an account so you can ask me questions and keep me occupied so I don't repeat myself. That's so funny. Let's see, that there. Okay. Anybody got anything fun and exciting planned for tomorrow you want to talk about? Anything. Let's talk. Chit chat. Anybody interested in taking any art lessons? I'd be more than happy to teach people how to draw, cartoon, illustrate, whatever you want to learn that's within my knowledge. I'd love to teach. We used to teach cartooning classes back in the day. And that was I had a blast doing that. Just it's so funny. We'd get people in taking the classes and they would say, "I can't draw anything." "Hi, buddy." Sorry, guys. My son wanted to say hi. Gino, you want to come down and say hi to everybody?
Well, he just had a bath.
Yeah, just bring him down for a second. All right. Anyway, back to talking about learning art. Anyway, we used to teach a cartooning class, and there would be people that would take our class and they'd be like, "I can't draw even a stick figure," and by the time the class was done they would be like, "Well, how did you teach me how to draw that?" And it's like, well, because it's we're taking away all the stuff that they try to tell you what to do and what to look for, and we get rid of that. We get rid of all the verbiage. We get rid of all the what's expected of an artist. We get rid of all that, and we just say, here, this is what you really want to focus on. And we take away that fear. And really, in all reality, it's a fear of, I can't draw that. So, and some of you may say it could be embarrassment, but really embarrassment is another form of fear in itself, right? So we do our best to try to get that fear out of their eye and out of their mind, because the minute you get rid of that fear is the minute they say they can do something. So and get rid of that fear, and next thing you know, they're creating some great stuff. All right, you know how I was saying I like the summertime. I'm liking the warm weather. I just saw a gnat fly in front of my face. Guys, I work out of my house. I work in a home office. We'd love to have office space at some point, but let's just face it, we don't need to have office space to do what we do. But we don't have blocked in windows in the basement, so a gnat just flew from. That's the only thing I don't like. All the bugs we gotta deal with. Hey, buddy, you want to say hi to everybody?
Yeah.
All right, well, come up to the microphone and say hi to everybody. Go up and talk right in there and say hi, right there.
Hi, Abby.
Yeah, you gotta talk louder.
Hi, Abby.
Well, they can hear you, but they can't talk back. Say, everybody have a good night. Say, everybody have a good night.
Hi, bye. Good night.
There you go. Good job, buddy. And then you can come down and help Daddy tomorrow night. Okay?
Yeah.
Say bye, everybody.
Bye, Abby.
Alrighty. Here, give me a kiss. I'll see you later.
Ooh.
I thought you were gonna wait.
No, he was going there.
Well,
Going up there.
it'll have to wait. Here, I'll help you give him a bath here in a second.
I need help. I can't go.
And that crazy kid is my son Gino, and let me tell you, what a great blessing to have. I don't even know how to even put in words what it's like. It's better than anything I ever expected. Let's just put it that way. All right. Almost done here, and then we'll move on to the other client piece. But before I move on to the other client piece, what I'm going to do is do another intermission, so I can go give my youngest one a bath. And then what I'll do is I'll just play some music for you guys' entertainment, and it'll only take me about 5-10 minutes. The youngest one is always the easiest. Then they get that certain age, and then they want to sit in the bathtub for about an hour and play and have fun. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, that. Actually, no, that would be, oh yeah, okay. It's part of the jacket there, and this is his glove. Anybody out there that's watching create art? You guys got any questions? You want to ask any questions? Or you want to just talk art? Feel free to ask. Chat should be open for anybody to talk to. The only thing that's Twitch is going to require is that you guys sign up for accounts. So feel free to set up your free account and ask some questions. I know you guys have some. And maybe not. Maybe you guys are just enjoying watching me create art. And that's fine too. Sorry guys, I make a lot of noises and sound effects when I'm drawing, so just bear with me. I'm quite the goofball, actually. You can ask anybody that knows me. I'm pretty goofy. Pretty out there sometimes. Okay. Some of you are probably like, man, he makes this look so easy. Guys, it's been a lot of practice, a lot of years doing this. So while I do make it look easy sometimes, it's just all practice. It is easy after you've practiced it enough. Let's just put it that way. And anybody can really do this kind of stuff. You just have to work for it. So if you ever think that I can't do that, you know what? You can. Anybody can do it. Happy little candle holder. Happy little Santa. Happy little tree. Happy little candle holder handle. Alright. What do we got left? Ceiling fan and background. And this page will be done as far as inking goes. And what is that? What layer is that? Got an extra layer there with nothing on it. Oh, I was going to use that for color. Okay, I'll just label this color. Then we can add whatever color that is tomorrow when we get into the color part of it. Let's do the fan and get the background going. Then I'll take a short little 10-minute break. And then I'll be back with you guys. Create more art. Art. Art fart. That's what I say. Art fart. Anyway, I'm being goofy. I'm being me. And this is what I do when I have nobody to talk to. What's that noise? There's some weird noise. Sound like a cricket for a minute. Hope there's not a cricket in the basement. That would drive me nuts. Bloop, 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 bloop. Hey, 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 hey. Guys, if you like what you see and you wanna stay updated, create an account. Follow us. By following us, you're just showing that you support us. And any followers helps us. It helps. Partially that way I know that I'm actually not just sitting here talking to no one. Anyway, I'm just teasing. Just teasing, guys. Follow if you want. Hit us up on YouTube. Like and subscribe us on YouTube. We're going to be around for a while, so check back. Tomorrow we'll be doing the color for this page. We'll be doing the color for the cover for the comic book. And I can't say what's the next day out. I don't know. I have no idea. I kind of play it by ear. I'm sure it'll be page 2 for this book. And that would be, let's see, today's what, Tuesday? So that would be Thursday, right? That'll be page 2 will be done on Thursday. And I what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on pages 1 at least pages 1 for the comic book. So I would love to have pages 1 and 2 done, but I know how much work it's going to take to get that first page done as far as ink and color goes. Ink, not so much. This inking process, I mean, this looks like it's taken me a while, and yes, I have been on here for I don't know how many hours now, 2 hours. It does take time, but the color process, I mean, it that takes a little bit longer because you can't just jump in and start splashing colors around. You really got to think about where you're putting colors down at and what kind of emotion that you're going to be bringing with that color, and there's just so much stuff that you have to think about. You got to think about like what's going to complement, what's going to contrast. You got to think about where the action is on the page and how you can use color to draw the attention to that action. There's just so much going on with color. The inking, not so much. I mean, it's just a matter of just following the lines, adding a little extra detail here and there, and that's about it on ink. It's really quick. Color though, it's fun. Let me tell you, it's fun. But man, it's a lot of work. A lot of work. Ooh, what? No, don't do that. Thank you. Oh, save. Guys, gotta save it. Got to save it. Save your work. Don't forget to save your work, sonny boy. Being goofy. Yeah. Anybody out there got any questions? Feel free to ask. Let me know how I'm doing. If you guys like what I'm doing, let me know. If you like what you see, let me know. I would love to hear from somebody. Please, somebody talk to me. What is that noise? I keep hearing this weird noise. Oh, I gotta be quiet for a minute. Huh. It's weird. I'm not going crazy, guys. I did hear something. Oh, you know what happened to me today? I was downstairs and I was talking on the phone with a good friend named Darren. And I look up at the basement window and there is a wasp that snuck in the window somehow. Like, I thought our basement windows were pretty well sealed, but let me tell you, man, that freaked me out seeing that thing, because it wasn't this teeny little wasp. It was a big wasp. Now, the reason why I freak out is, man, when those things start getting into your house and they start building up hives in a house, that's some trouble right there. So I haven't seen any more, so I think he just kind of somehow snuck through the crack of the window. I might have to push on that window to make sure it snaps shut. But man, it freaked me out because I'm like, oh great, we got wasps coming out of the walls, but it was just one. So I've been keeping an eye up there on that area. I ran upstairs and grabbed the fly swatter and let them have it. I usually try to let some bugs back outside. But I ain't farting around with no wasp. No. Had a giant bumblebee out in the garage 2 days ago. And that thing was, man, I don't even know. Let me think of something I can compare it to on size. It was the size of a grape. Let's just put it that way. The body of the bumblebee was the size of a grape, and it sounded like a helicopter banging up against well, maybe not a helicopter, but it was loud. It was buzzing real loud, banging up against the window out in the garage, and I thought about scooping it up, but I've had some pretty bad experiences being stung by bees, and yeah, I don't want that to happen again. Remember this one time when I was younger. I was probably about 8 or 9, and in the apartment complex we lived at, there was a swimming pool, and I remember we were walking back from, I don't know if we were out playing or if we were swimming. I don't remember. I don't recall if we were coming back from the pool or what, but I saw this big bumblebee come flying up from the grass. I must have stepped on it and didn't realize I stepped on it or stepped close to it, man, but it came up and it nailed me right in the side of my neck, kind of close to my throat actually. And I remember my mom being like super scared because she thought that maybe it would close off my windpipe or whatever, and luckily it didn't make my neck swell up enough to where I didn't have to worry about that. But man, I tell you, I've had the worst luck with wasps and bees. Of course, there are times, here's another story. At the same apartment complex, there was this huge wasp nest. We're talking like bigger than a basketball. And there was hundreds of wasps. And yeah, we weren't the bright kids back then. We were throwing rocks at it and punched a couple holes in the wasp nest. The next thing you know, there's thousands of wasps just... Oh man, they are flying everywhere. We took off running. Luckily, none of us got. I didn't get stung. I think one of the other kids in the neighborhood got stung. But we used to do stupid stuff like that. There would always be some kind of bumblebee or beehive or wasp nest somewhere, and they were bigger than a basketball. And we would, being idiot kids that we would throw rocks at it, take off running. We thought it was so funny. Of course, till one of us got stung and started crying. It wasn't funny after that, was it? But yeah, we were quite the hellions when we were kids. Never did anything utterly stupid. I mean, our parents brought us up to respect other people's property and stuff like that. So we didn't really do a lot of stupid stuff like that. At least as far as I can remember. I mean, I don't remember any of doing anything bad. I know there were some kids that we used to hang out with back in the day that would do that kind of stuff, but about it. I remember moving into our new house, and next empty lot over, which was quite a ways up the road, there was a bulldozer. I remember hopping on the driver's seat and starting it up. I didn't drive it. I wanted to. Everybody was yelling at me to get off the thing, and oh man, I wanted to drive that bulldozer so bad. I think it was like 15 at the time, or 12, or somewhere right in there. We did some crazy stuff. Remember this one time. You guys are going to be tired of me saying stuff. I can't think of anything else to talk about, so you're going to just have to deal with it. Anyway, I remember this one time we got this plastic toy jet. And my dad used to have this big bag of fireworks. And he'd get fireworks every year for the 4th of July. And we snuck down in the basement and grabbed a couple packages of bottle rockets, and we grabbed a big roll of duct tape, and what we did was we taped bottle rockets to this plastic jet. And I think we had we grabbed my dad had some extra fuse, so what you could do is like twist the bottle rocket fuses together and twist it with a longer fuse. So we taped bottle rockets on the bottom and top of the wings, and we tied everything together back to one fuse, and we lit it, and we just thought it was just going to blow up, or we didn't think it was going to go and do what it did, but it started up the street, and it just took off, man. It was like, we were freaking out because where we lit the thing and where it went, it was going up a hill. So if a car would have went over the hill and got stuck up under the car, that could have been some serious damage. And of course, us being kids and not thinking, and next thing you know, it's climbing over this hill, and it takes off and over the hill, and we take off running after it. By the time we catch up to it, we hear it explode, and we catch up, and yeah, there was good sized chunks of it left. But man, it was the coolest thing ever, seeing that thing take off like that. It did get a little bit in the air, but it didn't get much in the air. I don't think we had enough lift to get it off the ground. I mean, it did a little bit, but it was, yeah, it was stupid and funny. Things we do. Anyway, I'm going to stop babbling about that. You guys got any questions, feel free to ask. I'm about done with the ink process here, so I'm gonna take a break here in a second once I get this last bit done and give my youngest a bath, and I'll be right back. So kind of bear with me through this last bit. One last ink stroke, and I think we're done. Let me zoom out and double check, and then all the ornaments are done. Looks like I got all the bulbs, all the Christmas presents, the character, couch, end table, coffee mug, fireplace, logs, fire, stockings, Santa, candle, fan, pictures, and background. It looks like we got all that done. Alright, guys. Well, the ink is done for page 1 of this ebook. Again, I'm going to give one last plug out to Christopher Kern, the author of this book. Guys, this is going to be a free ebook when we get it done. I have a link in the description below that takes you right to his website. Definitely check it out. And you know, if you're following along every day, you'll know when it's done. Check it out. Get the free ebook. You'll enjoy it. And check out his other book, What If Santa Didn't Exist? It's a great book, too. And next up, we're going to be doing work for the comic book Spirit Racked. So stay tuned. I will go ahead and save this real quick. Put on some music for you guys to listen to while I'm away. And I'll change the verbiage here. All right, and I will be right back, guys. Alright, and I'm back. Sorry about the wait. Had to, found out that my wife gave my youngest a bath already. So, I realized that I didn't take my blood pressure pills. Had to go take those real quick. And, grab me some, M&M cookies. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So I'll be eating those. Oh, better get some more water. Be right back. Alrighty. Got my water, got my cookies, and I'm ready to kind of get started here. Alright. Alright, let's close that. And let's open the next project we'll be working on. the cover for the comic book. Now I gotta pick out a font too. Maybe we'll do that tonight. That'll be part of that's part of the layout process and the ink process. Well, we may or may not do it tonight. We'll play it by ear. I'd like to get it in there and kind of tie it all together with the cover. So we'll see. I'm going to try to eat these cookies as quick as I can. Now I can get to work here. So how's everybody tonight going? Going good? That's good. Well, for all of you that said yes, it's going good, that's good. For everybody that said no, sorry to hear that. Guys, if you like what you see, you want to see more, do me a big favor. Sign in, create an account. Hit that little heart symbol next to, or at the bottom right. Become one of our followers. Give us the support. Especially if you enjoyed watching. I'll be right back and ready to work. Alrighty. You guys still with me? Welcome back, viewer. Or viewers. Let's see. Okay. A lot of people bouncing in and out. Doesn't bother me any. What did I do? Darn it. Close ad. Hold on. Sorry. Give me a second here. I'm just making sure. I want to check to make sure that you guys can type something. That's kind of weird. All right, well, forget it. We'll go ahead and get started on the cover here. All right, so let's do. Let's see, this center is going to be. I'll call this Centerline ink. All right, Centerline ink. Sure, you guys know what that is. All right, let me check the. Anytime you work on a project, you always want to go to image and image size to make sure the size and dimensions are at least double what your final is going to be. And you probably ask, why double? Well, there's a big reason why. If you work at the actual size, any little detail that you may think is a screw up or whatever, even though I don't want you guys to focus on that, but anyway, any little shaky line or anything like that is a lot more visible when you're working at the size. You work at double the size and then you shrink it down to the actual size, you will not see any of those imperfections. If you want to call them imperfections. You know what I'm talking about. So we're at double the size, the right resolution. Guys, print. Get a lot of print places that'll say that only needs to be 150 DPI or PPI or dots per inch, pixels per inch, whatever you want to call it. 300 is good for print. 300 is great for print. If you want something that's uber detailed and that, you can bump up the resolution, but I'm telling you right now it's pretty much a waste because some of the printers that they print with can only print at a certain their max threshold is only a certain PPI or DPI. And what you want to do is check with the printer, find out what printer they would print your piece on, find out if they know off the top of their head, they should know. Find out what their threshold is for DPI or PPI, pixels per inch or dots per inch. All right, so it'd be for either one. Okay, and I would, if you want something that's really sharp and really, really good quality, then go to the max resolution that they'll allow you to go. But ultimately, 300 PPI is perfectly fine. Like you're not gonna notice much of a difference. So looks like all of our stuff's where it needs to be at. Let's go ahead and drop down this opacity on the pencil layer. Remember to make this, if this comes in and it says background and it's got a lock symbol, double click on this. Oh, sorry, can't show you. You'll double click on this. It'll show a little window roughly in this area, and it'll say layer 0, and I'll give you some options. Just hit OK, and what it does, it turns this into a layer, and then you can like go down here and hit new layer, or go to, I think it's let's see, where rarely do I use this stuff up here. Oh, you just go to layer new, and then layer, and then you just create the layers, put it underneath, select white, select the paint bucket, tap the screen, make it white. So when you drop the opacity down, here's the thing: when you drop the opacity down, you don't have white behind it. It's transparent, and it makes it even harder to see the lines. So you want that white layer down underneath. Do you have to do that? No, you guys can do it any way you want. I'm just giving you guys some pointers on what I do and what works best for me. So if it works best for you guys, and come to find out that it helps, and great, I'm glad that I was able to help. Let's see, let's find a good line weight is what we're looking for, a good line weight. And it looks like 7 to me looks like a good line weight. At least for this center line, I want it kind of thick. Detail work, though, I might drop it back down. Yeah, I'm going to have to drop it back down to 5 on detail work. So, let's see. There's some really cool stuff going on with this outline here on the center line. So what I'm going to do is really do some really cool and kind of funky inking here. Guys, if you're enjoying the channel, if you like what you see, log in, create an account. If you already have an account, log in and hit that little heart button under the thing, and then follow us. Every follower helps, every view helps, everything helps, guys. So please, if you're enjoying this, please do that for us. It's the only thing I ask of you. Just help us out by hitting that follow button. Become one of our followers. We really enjoy. Alright, I think I'm going to do one more plug tonight, just to get it out there, guys. This is artwork for the comic book Spirit Racked. This is client work. A great author, Jason Cantrell, man. I tell you what, his stories are amazing. They're so detailed. They make my imagination just go crazy. It's just well done, well written, great stories, guys. I put a link up lower underneath here. Guys, check out their Kickstarter page. Help support them. All the money that they raise is going to go to help print the comic books. They've got money set aside for printing, but they're trying to raise more money so they can get more books printed. But go check them out. It's a great book. It's going to be a great comic book for adults, guys. So just keep that in mind. There's no nudity, the curse words will be bleeped out. But it's adult subject matter, so it's not for kids. So sorry, guys. But you'll enjoy it. Any adult that loves comic books, and especially if you love horror themed books or horror movies, you're really gonna enjoy this book. I'm not a big fan of horror. It's not that I don't like horror. It's just I never really got into the genre. And let me tell you, man, I went at this with an open mind. I said, you know what, I'm gonna give this script a read through and see what we think, and what if it's good. And let me tell you, at the end of the book, I was asking for more. Like, I was like, man, what happens to these characters and this, that, and the other. And I got to be honest with you, I don't read comics much. Only because I don't know, I just don't really have the time that I'd love to have. And a lot of, and ultimately too, it's collecting the books, and usually the money that I earn from client work goes back into the business. So, but when I do have time, and when I do go to the comic book store and I do pick up comics, I usually grab what catches my eye, and usually the art always catches my eye first. And to me, art is more important, and then stories is a very close second. But with this book, after reading the script, I was hooked. And it had nothing to do with the fact that this is our client. It had everything to do with the fact that it was that well written. And at the time of reading it, we hadn't fully accepted the job yet. We didn't know if we were going to do it or not. And I knew after getting through the first script, I was like, we definitely want to work on this. It's anyway, I can't say enough. Jason Cantrell is a great writer. This book is a great comic book. I hope that when you guys see that it's done, I hope you guys pick up a copy or two and give it to your friend. Give that extra copy to your friend or whatever. It's a great book. I think, don't get me wrong, let me check that Kickstarter page real quick, but I was going to say, I'm pretty sure we have it set up to where we're signing the books, too, if you help on the Kickstarter campaign here. Let me check the Kickstarter campaign. Yeah, signed copy of the comic once it's printed and available. So that signed copy is going to be, I'm pretty sure it's going to be signed by the writer and myself and the other artist. So Brad, yeah. So but yeah, guys, go check it out. It's a great comic. You'll really enjoy it. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to inking here. For all of you that have stuck by and have been watching since the start or close to the start, thank you. I want to thank you for taking the time and letting me entertain you with my art. You probably, some of you may have it muted. That's fine. You know, if you check back on the archive or whatever and you hear all this, and I just want to say thanks. Thank you. You know, just by you guys watching and viewing and you know, that's says a lot to us. Anyway, just wanted to say that. Thank you. Let's see. Hold on, you know what I gotta check? I gotta check something real quick because I want to make sure that we're not overloading my hard drive here because I have it set to save copy of this in the background. I need to make sure real quick that we're not killing my hard drive space real quick. Twitch vids. No, we're good. Yeah, we're good. What I might just do is just have it archive it and just pull it from or export it from the Twitch channel. Anyway, if you guys missed the other client work we were working on, if you look at the link below, another great writer, Christopher Kern. We were working on one of his Christmas books, doing an ebook. He's requested us to. We converted his first book into an ebook, and we are creating a 9-page ebook that he's giving away free on his website. So go check it out. Click on the picture, and it'll take you right to his website. If you missed any of it, guys, these videos will be archived on Twitch, so you could always watch it later. Like tomorrow, it should be uploaded on Twitch in our channel here, or on the weekends. I will be taking the time to try to get as many of these videos up on the YouTube channel. So if you miss it here on Twitch, there will be a version of it on our YouTube channel, which is at well, if you just go to YouTube and just search for Custom Comic Strips, you'll find it there. So, yeah, take a look at that earlier part of the video too, and check out some of the work we were doing for that too. That you guys may enjoy that. Okay. Oops. You know what? Somebody remind me to tighten up this arm. I've got my Cintiq 22 HD attached to an Ergotron arm, and if I get too far out to the outside of the tablet, it it kind of goes forward on me and kind of messes me up a little bit. I just gotta tighten down. I don't know if it's a bolt. Yeah, it's a bolt on the back side here. I just gotta tighten it down. I didn't want it too tight so I could move it around without having to really force it, but I sit sideways. I don't sit the proper way while working on this arm because I got a box of comics down by my feet, and I like to prop my feet up, kick my feet up, and relax and enjoy what I'm doing. So I'm sitting sideways, so the tension doesn't hold it where it needs to hold it, or at least I need to tighten up the tension. Alright, so that center line's done. Let's go ahead and zoom out. I'm not worried about filling in the color or making that solid black. I really don't want to make that center line solid black. I've got an idea for that center line. It will be a very dark, almost black color. And what I'd love to do is like some kind of a gradient from, because the right side is going to be all reds and oranges, and the left side is going to be more blues in the background there, and kind of in the foreground too, on the characters. So, alright, so James Inc. Now, I know, okay, so on the cover here, what we're going to do is, when the James character goes into spirit form, he's going to be kind of translucent. So I may have to add some of this detail in the background that I didn't add. So I might have to do that real quick. I could do that here in a bit. I don't have to go and open another program or anything. I'll just do it here in a minute. And what I'll do is just create a layer, and we'll call this James, and we'll call this James BG for background, and then ink. And then we won't have to do anything with the monster. The monster's not translucent, so he's pretty solid of a character, so we won't have to do this other effect that we're doing on this side. So, question at hand is color blue I want to go with, and I see it more of a bright. Let's stick to like a dark blue like this. Yeah, and then we're gonna go up to the James Inc. here, and oh, I've already got the brush selected. Hello, pay attention. Alright, so now I'm gonna bring the brush size down a little bit, down to probably maybe 5. Yeah, 5 looks good. You guys, you might get to see some color tonight. I might do some color tonight. And I'm gonna have to drop the opacity down a little bit more on this layer here, because it's not like using ink. It's not like using black for ink. When you use like a color, like a separate color to outline, sometimes it's hard to see where you're going. What? Ah. Alrighty. Is there any other artists out there watching that have any questions? Feel free to go ahead and ask in the chat. If you're not comfortable asking in the chat, guys, you could always hit me up at my website. It's our website, really. Honestly, there's a group of us working on all this stuff, but you can hit us up on our website at www.customcomicstrips.com, or feel free to send me an email at info@customcomicstrips.com. So, if you guys got any questions, ask. If you're a little embarrassed about asking on the chat, don't worry, man. Just send me an email. I'd love to talk to fellow artists out there. I love helping people out. I love mentoring people. So feel free to ask any questions you got. And I'd love to be able to answer them. I'll answer them as best I can, and try to help you out with any kind of predicament as far as art goes, or if you just got any questions in general, for you to ask. The same goes for anybody out there. If there's anybody that's a non-artist out there and you guys have questions, feel free to go to the same place. Ask the questions. If you're a little embarrassed to ask here, that's fine. Get a hold of us at our website or through our email. For anybody that's been watching since the start or close to the start, I apologize for a lot of repeat, and I apologize for you guys having to hear me say a lot of stuff. Mainly it's for all the people that are logging in that are new and watching the channel, and it's I have to plug what we do. I mean, this is a lot of work to do all this, and I don't mean client work. I just mean doing the content for these videos and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. That it is a lot of work for us to do all this. So just bear with me, and if you're tired of me repeating some of the stuff that I repeat, just mute us. If you're just here to watch us do art or whatever. Anybody out there have any exciting stories they want to share? Anybody want to talk and chat? Chat window's open for me. I don't know if it's open for you guys. If it's not, open it up. Send me a message. Please. I want to talk to somebody. Alrighty. Okay. Yep. All right. No, the sound didn't get muted or anything, guys. I'm not talking right now. Just focusing on what I'm working. Let you guys just watch for a little bit without having to say anything. Ah. Okay. Yeah, like that. I was trying to think about how some of the gums would be on some of the teeth. Couldn't figure that out on the bottom there. His mouth's not open enough, I don't think, for us to be able to do that. There we go. Looking good, looking good. If any of you saw that, what that just did with the tablet there, please let me know. I think it has something to do with the Wacom driver and the Windows 8 driver. It's driving me nuts that it does that. I know I've heard that it does that for other people too. I just need to Google it, take the time to fix it. It's driving me crazy. It drives me absolutely crazy. Let's see. You guys are ever getting up in a spot where you get stuck and you're not quite sure what something looks like? Google it, pull up an image. Best thing to do. Use a reference if you get stuck. It's okay to guess sometimes, but usually when you guess, that's usually when you make a mistake or where it doesn't look right. So definitely pull up Google or Bing or whatever search bar you use and use it. It's your friend. It helps. Ooh, I missed all that hair out there. I did. What's going on? Oh, I see what. Oh, okay. I see. go. I didn't like that line. I'm not really too fond of that one either, but looks good there. Oh, sorry. Got to check my phone real quick. Okay. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I'll get back to work here. Sorry, I had to check my phone. Had a message. Anyway, alright, so back to work. Alright. Probably wondering why I'm doing this character in blue. Well, when this character goes into spirit form, he's kind of a translucent bluish ghost thing going on. It's going to look really cool in the comic. Looks really cool. Well, it'll look really cool when I get into the color aspect of the page as well. There we go. Okay, now do the facial hair and maybe give them some eyelashes. So to do that, we're going to create new layers. I don't like doing the facial hair because it's a lot of lines and I don't have Photoshop set up in the preferences to be able to go, 100 undos back or so. I think it's only set to like 30 or whatever the default is. So anytime I do hair, facial hair, or hair in general, it's done on a separate layer, so that way if I have to undo something or if I have to delete the layer and start over, then it's very easy for me to fix that. And when you guys do facial hair, don't do all the hairs going in the same direction. Kind of mix it up a little bit because, hairs don't all grow the same way. They don't go the same direction. Hairs are going in different directions. what we'll do is I'll also come back in and do a couple more layers going, or not layers, lines going in the opposite direction, just so that way it helps blend the hairs better. Kind of gives it kind of a cross hatching look a little bit. You could tell it's facial hair, and you can tell he's kind of not shaved in a couple days. Alright. Alright, now for the mustachio. Okay, let's do another layer in case I screw something up. That side hair looks fine. It's the hair in here that I like to kind of mix it up a little bit, give it a little bit of thickness and misdirection. Thicken it up a little bit. No, it looks like a mess now, but when we zoom out, you'll see what I'm talking about. It'll look a lot better. And then the other thing you want to do when you're doing facial hair, because hair in general is tricky. I'm not good with hair. I got to practice hair a lot more than what I do, but as you can see, you zoom out, and what I'll do with this is drop the opacity down, so that way your attention is not drawn towards that facial hair. We'll just drop it down, so that way it's there, but it's not like super noticeable. It's like fine hair. Anyway, yeah, you don't want to draw too much attention to the hair. And then the very last step that you want to do when you do facial hair is you want to do dots. It just helps with the look and the effect of having facial hair. I'll just kind of do random dots throughout the facial hair. And then what we'll do is take that and we will drop the opacity down on that as well, because we don't really want the facial hair to draw too much attention to it. We just want it there, we want it noticeable, but we don't want it to be like, I mean, that's not the subject matter. That's not, that's not where we want the viewer's eyes to go. Obviously the first thing I see, and I don't know about you guys that are watching, but the first thing that draws my attention is the eyes. And that's where we want the viewer's eyes to go, is go from here and out and in all directions. We want to catch their eye right in the center here. Okay. Oh, we gotta sit up. Getting a little uncomfortable in this chair here. Okay, let's see here. Alrighty. Okay, so it looks like James is done. So we need to do the background. And let's see. How do I want to do that? Might have to grab an actual ruler to do what I need to do. And yeah, we can do that here in a minute. Okay, so for the background color, I think I'm going to go with like a different color blue to help make the background kind of stand out a little bit from James. And let's see, yeah, that'll work. So let me zoom out, and I gotta grab a ruler here real quick. Hopefully I can pull this off. Let's see, ruler. If you guys have a big enough drawing tablet, these don't work well on the Intuos or the Bamboos or anything like that by using an actual ruler, but if you have a big enough Cintiq, you could actually hold a ruler up, and it's no different than holding it up on paper. So what I'm going to do is make sure I'm on the background ink layer, find a couple lines that line up, and draw them straight down. And you're probably wondering, wait, what are you doing? Well, guys, James is in spirit form, so he's a little translucent. So when I create this, you're going to see that some of this background is going to show through behind him. And I'll drop the opacity down, so don't worry. You're not gonna. It's not gonna be this glaring in your face. All these lines. The opacity will be dropped down, and then when I do color, the color for the James side, it'll help kind of cover some of these lines as well. I should have done this in Sketchbook Pro with the ruler tool, but that's all right. No point going in and out of programs. Just, like I said, just grab a ruler and go to town. So let's see. You guys got any questions out there? No questions. Okie dokie. Oops. That went a little haywire.
Connection lost.
Oh no, connection lost. That's not good. Anyway. Okay. One of these days I'm gonna have to find some music that I can play without them blocking it.